Hello, and welcome to RR History News. This episode, we'll be talking about the first contact. No, not the aliens coming to Earth, but when the British and the French came to Atlantic Canada. Although, the French came to the Maritimes 100 years before the British. One of the reasons the Europeans came to Atlantic Canada was for the beaver pelts, since there were none in Europe. Another reason they came over was the land for farming and logging. The land was foreign to the Europeans. They didn't know what to eat or which plants made medicine. The only people that knew the land were the First Nations people. They were curious about trading with the Europeans, food, medicine, and pelts for iron pots, weapons, and anything else that the Europeans had that the First Nations people didn't have. From the beginning, the First Nations and Europeans had differences in opinion. The Europeans wanted land that is now known as New England, that the Passamaquoddy and Maliseet lived in. But how could the British own land if no one owned land? The British made treaties with the First Nations, yet the First Nations didn't make any treaties with the French. This was for conflict reasons. And the French were happy living there, and didn't need treaties. The British, however, made many treaties between 1717 and 1779. There is a group of treaties called the Covenant Chain of Treaties. Oops, wrong one. Or known as the Treaties of Peace and Friendship. The Europeans believed that their economic, political, and cultural ideas were superior to the First Nations ideas. The Europeans thought the First Nations people would die out unless the First Nations people became more like them, or just go somewhere else. Thanks for watching!